Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Out in the woods, talking about bags. It just doesn't get better than that. And the bag that we are here to have a look at today is the CT5 from CT Tactical. Now, the previous CT bag that I looked at, I just fell in love with. They're a company that I have seen from afar. I've seen a lot of other content makers, especially George Find. Shout out to George, making content on them. I reached out to them and asked if they were happy to send me one, and they were more than happy to. Really, genuinely, really nice people there. The CT5 is part of a range, kind of. You've got the CT3, the CT4 and the CT5, the 5 being the largest of them. The CT3 is a smaller version, or if you look at them, it's a scaled down version of the CT5, whereas the CT4 looks more like a traditional kind of waist kind of bag. But as we usually do, we'll have a look at some dimensions, some materials, and then we'll get into the features of this awesome little crossbody bag. So dimensions wise, it comes in at, and I'm trying to remember this, it's 29 centimeters by 18 centimeters by 10 centimeters deep. If you need to get this kind of out all the way it can do, there is a lot of room in this. What I really do like about this is when there isn't as much in here, it just wants to crumple itself down. I've not done this to it. It just kind of wants to kind of fold into itself, which means that when there's nothing in it, it sits reasonably flat against your chest or your back or even under your arm, however you're carrying this. But then if you want to put more into here, it's got enough room that it will expand out. Now, materials wise, it's fair to say that CT Tactical are the candy store, the sweet shop of materials. There are so many different types of materials, and then each different material has its own different colour. So the one that we're looking at here today, this one is made from Cordura, and you even have the, where is it? There's a little, it's on here somewhere. There's a little Cordura bling tag on here. I just saw it before, I can't believe I can't see it now. Anyway, it's probably on the inside. So this one's made from a tough Cordura. The lining on all of them, I believe, is a 210D poly material. On the back you have some tougher ballistic style material on the back, just as this is that's the abrasion area. But these are also available, I think there's denim. You can get these in denim. There's a few different colours of natural denims and coloured denims. Or if you're an X-Pack snob, they do, I believe they have them in X-Pack, but they also have them in Eco-Pack as well. So X-Pack and Eco-Pack, although they sound similar, the actual material itself is incredibly similar, but they are two different companies making a similar material. With Eco-Pack, it uses a certain percentage of recycled material that's in there. Both, however, incredibly tough, incredibly durable. Yeah, there's a lot of options. They really are that kind of that one-stop sweet shop for the amount of the ones that they have. All of the zippers on here are YKK zippers. All of the buckles on here are Duraflex buckles, which is great. Nobody's going to complain about Duraflex buckles. And there is a lot of hook and loop on here. There's some on the front, but there's also some on the inside as well, which we will have a look at. The webbing on the strap is really nice, high quality seatbelt webbing. This is a 50mm webbing, which is a 2-inch webbing. So when you have it on, as far as in the summer here that it is now, I got this, when was it? It was late winter that I got this, so I've had this a little bit in winter. I took this away when I went to Swansea with my wife, and you know, it was great. We didn't go to Swansea. Where did we go? We went to Cardiff. And no issues with this, but now it's getting warmer and it's getting hotter and I'm wearing t-shirts. No issues with this rubbing against my neck. It's really nice. There's a couple of different attachment points and way in which you can attach the strap, which we will have a look at. Now, going round the actual features themselves, so we'll start here on the front. Well, actually no, we'll go to the bottom, which is where I always tend to start. I'm sure that's what she said in there somewhere. So I do like the bottom section on this. A lot of other packs, they generally tend to neglect having some additional storage options here on the front. This setup is chef's kiss good. So you have these little snap buckles, so you have to pull these bits to open them, and that will then pop these out, and then that will then be able to release your webbing. So if you want to put a bottle on the bottom of here, actually let's start with a shirt or a jacket or something. Or maybe it is you're just taking a hat out and you want to take it off, so you can pass it into here, pull these down, and then you've got quick access to it. Or it could even be an umbrella, something like that you just want to stow underneath. If it is that you want to keep a water bottle on here, it has its own little dedicated water bottle pouch. So if I put this up this way, because this is the top and this is the bottom, this has been designed to close perfectly. So when you open this up, you have a little Velcro rip tab here. You can then store your water bottle. It has a proper water bottle pouch here, and then on the bottom as well, there's even a little piece of elastic, so if you need to put it in there because it's a little bit longer than it needs to be, it can also poke out of the bottom here and it will stop it from completely falling out. You put your water bottle in, where the spout for the top is, you hook this over the top with your hook and loop on the bottom there, and then you're good to go. You're off walking, you can do whatever it is that you need to do. That is a very clever way of doing it. I haven't seen it done this way. So, oh, well, actually, they did it on this pack in 1720. Okay, this is the first time that I've seen this done like this, and I think it works incredibly well. If you're out and you just grab like a Coca-Cola bottle, or other drinks are available, then it'll fit in there, no issues, and it works really well. Then when you want to have it put away, you put it back down again, pull down on your little webbing straps here, and then you're all good. It's completely gone. It's pretty much maybe say a centimetre or two here at the bottom, and you wouldn't even know it's there. Now, if you're worried about all of these straps dangling, you have a little keeper on here so that you can roll it up, and then you've got some elastic, and the elastic just pulls over here like so. I've made a right dog's dinner out of that now. Hold on, let's do this properly. Come on, knobhead. There you go. So these are there so that you don't have this flapping around, and you just have it stowed away like that. Very nice setup. On the front here, you have this panel which has some. Shall we move over here a little bit? That's a little bit better, isn't it? You have this panel on the front with a huge hook and loop panel on the front here, so if you have some morale patches, some little things that give you a little kind of titter when you look at them, then you can add these on the front. But there is a pull tab here at the bottom so that you can pull this open, so that underneath here you have some more storage options. So here in the front, there's the Cordura thing. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Here is a little zip pocket. On the inside here you have a slip pouch or a slip pocket. Here just off to the right you have a key stay, so if you want to put your keys on here. I say this about every single key stay. If it was just maybe an extra 50mm longer, it would mean that you wouldn't have to take this off to open a locker or open a front door, and it would give you a little bit more kind of room on the inside to be able to move it around. I'm not complaining. I'm picking faults on a small bag that is faultless, because I can pick faults. But if that was just, like I say, just maybe an inch or two longer, but nothing wrong with it. And then I've just got I've got a little flashlight in there. So the zip goes full length across this, so that pocket goes from this seam, all the way from this seam down to the bottom, and then there's some more hook and loop on here, which is what this top flap attached to. Now there's actually a little bit more into this front system, and that is, so at the top here you can hear, but there is some more hook and loop here at the top. So you can pull this open, which then opens it out into another small pocket or a slip pocket behind here. This again goes from this side all the way across, but then uses the full top to bottom, apart from like 25 mils worth of hook and loop here at the top. Then on the inside, there are some elastic pals webbing kind of thing, so you can put, just got a knife in there at the moment, but you can put stuff in there. If you want to though, this will fully fold into this. Let's just do this so that it's right. I haven't done it so that it's right because I'm a knobhead. And it will still close like that. So if it is that you don't want to have to move that out of the way to be able to get into this pocket, you know, you're not in an area that you're worried about people getting into your bag, then you can just, you know, you can move that. Or you go into an area that you think, do you know what, I know there's a lot of pickpocketing around here. You can pull this out, close that up, put that back down again, and then it makes it even more secure, and somebody has to get into this, which generally you can hear because it's really loud. So that's this front panel section, very well thought out. Now behind there, you then have two other compartments. So the first compartment is here, and this is an ambi open one, and it's done differently to others. So we've got a zip. Usually when they have two zips, they'll probably both be on one side, and you have to kind of open to open this. The way this is done, you have a zip on one side and a zip on the other side, and you don't have to move them around. You just leave it where you want it to be, and if you want to open it, you pull it that way, so that when both of the zips are on one side, that means that it's open. Or the opposite way, if you use it the other hand, you pull this, it opens it. I like how they've done that. I think that is a very clever way of doing it, and I doth my cap to them for doing that. But on the inside here, so open this up, and you've got a nice big pocket in here. On the front of the pocket, there are a couple of slip pockets. So maybe you're in an area that you're just concerned that your wallet might be took off you. You can put your wallet, have a small minimalist wallet, and it will fit into there perfectly, no issues whatsoever. Maybe if you have some other hook and loop panels that you can put different types of organization into, then you can put that onto this back, because the back of this has hook and loop on there, so that you can get into it, and you can put stuff on there as well. Now I did mention, so there is another compartment, and that's this bit that I mentioned before. This is the kind of expandable part. There is some expansion to this front one, but it's just kind of for putting your stuff into. You get whatever it is that you need to. You got your keys, or you got your wallet, or whatever it is that's in there. And it'll expand slightly, but that's just kind of the expansion of the material just moving out. This one on the back, this is the one that has the true expansion on here. So with this has the kind of what you'll tend to find with a lot of them as far as the zips is concerned. So you have two zips, you can put them in the middle, and if you pull them from the center and open them out, it will then splay open like that, so that you can get into here as quickly as possible. On the front section, I'm calling this the front section because it's here, this is the bit that faces you. You have some of this really nice tough mesh on the front. There's a pocket in here which goes all the way across from the top to the bottom, so that you can use this full area to be able to put whatever it is that you need to put in here. On the back of here though, it comes with one of these organizers. So as I mentioned in the previous bit, the other pocket, if you wanted to, you could take it out of here and put it into here instead. And in this organization panel, there is, I've just put it in there, I'm going to take it out now, haven't I? Come on, you bugger. So on the front here, there are a wider slip pocket, and then three slimmer slip pockets. And then behind there, if I take that pen out for a second, there is a zipped section that will easily, here's my phone, that will fit into there with some extra room as well. I do quite like this. These are really good for traveling. You can put your travel documents into here so that they're always together. That way, if you want to make sure that they do stay together, you get back to your hotel, you've got a safe or something, all you have to do is then just take this out, put it into your safe, and then, you know, everything's safe and together. That way, when then you're flying back, you take this out, put it back into here, and, you know, it works really well. What I also believe you can do is, you should be able to CCW with this as well. So I have, so my Glock 17, full body Glock 17 will fit into here. It does have an RMR sight on it, which just kind of pokes close to the top, but it will fit in, but your smaller subcompact kind of ones will fit into here. No issues whatsoever. Very nice. But I'm guessing because this, if I put this back on, this is it. It's a lot of zips just to be looking at and confusing myself there at the second. With this being able to open all the way out for you to be able to withdraw from, I believe that's why it would probably be useful if you're in an area that you can CCW with this. Now, you probably just noticed there is a grab handle here on the top. If you want to take the strap off here and just use this as a little tech pouch, or maybe you just want to, I don't know, bareback it and walk around with this all day, then you can do. But it also makes it useful for, if this is just opened ever so slightly and you give that a pull, with the buttery smooth YKK zippers on here, it will just, oh, you just have to make it so it's a little bit further round. It will just kind of fly open so that you can get into there. So yeah, very well thought out. Now I did mention as far as the strap is concerned, so the strap connects on with these. Now I hate these. I don't hate them, but I call these thumb destroyers because in all my time doing this, I never really get the technique right, and it always ends just really hurt my thumbs. So you have these split ones. You push it in there. You then have this wire gate that flips over so that it stays in. And to make sure you've got as much options as possible, you have two that come out at kind of your cardinal bearings, come out at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Yeah, just let's check them for a second. And then you have two here at the top. Personally, for me, let's undo this again. I have mine so that I have one coming out at the side and then one coming out. I've done that wrong, haven't I? Have I? I have done it. Yeah, it's such a knobhead. So one coming out the side and one coming out from the top. That way, when it is, what am I doing here? I know I'm doing something. So that when it's on, it sits just right, so that if I need to pull this round, then it's just here and it sits perfectly on my chest. This strap comes underneath my armpit, this strap comes over my shoulder, and I can get into it. Holding it on the side here like this, it works just as well underneath the armpit if you need to get it out of the way, or you're just still in an area where you don't want it on your back. You want to be able to just kind of go, yeah, I know that it's there, kind of thing. But you could still maybe do both of these so that they're both at the top. Release this a little bit further because there is plenty of length in this. If I undo this, just done that wrong. If I undo this all the way, if you want it so that it sits closer round your waist, over your shoulder, if I was to undo this so that they're both oriented at the top, then that would probably make it a little bit easier to carry as well. Or if you wanted to go full old school, you could wear this so that it goes around your waist. The only difficulty is there isn't a buckle on this, so you'd have kind of put it on and then you'd have to release the webbing every single time you wanted to take it off. But I guess if you wanted to, there's no reason why you couldn't do that. So there you have it, the CT5 from CT Tactical. As far as a everyday small-ish 5-litre crossbody bag with plenty of options is concerned, I think this is excellent. The one thing that I think for me with CT Tactical is, one, they've got these nice features on here, two, there's a build quality, but I think getting back to that variety of choice, if you're after something a little bit smaller than this, instead of going for a 5-litre one, you could go for the CT3, which is a 3-litre version. If you're after something with a different colour, there's yeah, lots and lots of different options. But outside the kind of cosmetic side of it, the thought that's been put into this with the different options on the front, on the bottom, the different styles of different pouches, and even the different ways in which you get into them with the different zips, so that you're not confusing yourself pulling the wrong zips. Yeah, really, really, really nice pack. And at this point, CT Tactical are 2 for 2. So I had a look at one of their backpacks, I've had a look at one of their crossbody bags, and they have continued to impress me. And yeah, highly, highly recommend you check them out. Oh, the one thing I didn't mention is value for money. These are incredibly good value for money. Now I will say that the postage to the UK is a little steep. However, when you factor into the amount that you save on these compared to other bags that are kind of within this region, then yeah, they can't be beat either. Now I do want to say, so full disclosure, I did mention this at the beginning, but this was sent to me by CT Tactical. I've developed a reasonably good relationship with them, and they asked, like a lot of manufacturers do, they said, we just want some honest opinions on what you think on this and some honest content, which hopefully this is what you have got today. Now of course I'll leave some of their links below so that you can see more from their website where you can pick one of these up. By the way, if you Google them, you might find that you'll see two websites. They are both the same company. One is called, I think one is called Cheyun Tactical, which, and I hope I said that, apologies if I don't, but that is their local site in their local language. The other one is CT Tactical, which is the kind of the English version, or the English language version of it. So if you see two sites, they're not two different companies, it's not something weird. But I'll leave the links below so that you can have a look at the English language version of their site. Give them a like on social media as well, because that's always good. I'll leave some of my social media links below as well, so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC, and my sister channel, my other channel, is Moorlander Tactical, if you're after some more kind of tactical stuff. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Hi, I've got a runny nose. My daughter's come over, cold, isn't she? Not bad. 29 by 18 by 10. 29, 18, 10. Remember that, knobheads. 29, 18, 10. This is the Bastion pen. It's awesome, but it's also, it's like rooking. If you put this in here, this weighs 17.3 kilos. I mean, I've just got the guns to be able to lift it. But yeah, it's just like rooking. So all you need to do is put one of these in your bag, and then it's like walking with additional weight, and you'll be off, and your back will get stronger, and after a while you'll look fit and virile, just like me. Kind of. Anyway. Well, I hope you're all good. I hope you all had a good week. I'm not sure what day. We're off to Cornwall soon, so I'm out recording a lot today because there's a lot to kind of fill. But yeah, I hope you're all good, and I shall see you soon.